I think Muslim societies now accept democracy as the form of government most conducive to achieving justice and preservation of dignity and resistance to oppression and so on. And therefore, as has been recognized by various scholars in the contemporary age, the demand or the call for democracy as a shari'a imperative in itself, and I accept that in the philosophical paradigm of democracy. I mean, we can then dispute about what procedures are appropriate for what country and in what setting, but fundamentally, we haven't invented a better system of government. And to be more even specific, not just any democracy, but a constitutionalism, a constitutional democracy, which I think is the most offered in terms of the fulfillment of Sharia objectives. The idea of public and private sphere emerged in the 17th century, 18th, and so on, but it quickly became an idea that is highly problematic, problematic historically and problematic in postmodernity and beyond, because of the artificiality of the distinction between these two spheres and this dichotomy and the various beliefs in God's law and in the various rejections of God's law as well should all be welcomed in the public sphere and in the engagements of the public sphere. So in the same way that an Islamic parliament or a parliament in this view should not ban a Muslim from saying, I believe God would want this from us, or Sharia would want this, or Sharia would not want this. I cannot ban a Christian or a Jew or a Zoroastrian or a non-believer from saying, well, here's my opinion of what God wants or doesn't want. In the same way, I cannot force someone to justify their reasons on the basis of God. I cannot artificially tell someone don't speak unless you talk about how God would feel about things. I cannot do that, because if they don't believe in God, then that has to be accepted as their discourse. I cannot, in the same vein, require a Muslim to require a human being rather to leave God out of the discourse. Both are a very misguided attempt at achieving human dignity, and we go back, and I'll close with the idea of dignity. It is a denial of selfhood, everything within possible and everything within my means to accommodate your commitments and your moral vision so that you can achieve your personhood without, as long as I do not impinge and violate upon the rights of others. This makes Sharia not just core to the purposes of humanity in the age we live in and in the future, but it also makes Sharia core to the dynamics and discourses of democracy and human rights among Muslims and between Muslims and non-Muslims as well.